Greetings friends, Mr. Koga back here once again with our Landforms and Waterforms packet. You already know I got my 2 blues and my 1 green. I got my scissors and I got my glue. I'm ready to do this thing. Okay, today we are focusing on lakes and islands. So lakes first of all. Ooh, let's start off with the beauty. So this is a beautiful lake, high up in the mountains, high elevation. You can tell by how close it is to the mountain peaks that are covered in snow. So a lake is a body of water that's surrounded by land on all sides. Let's look at another example. Here's one on a map. One that I think first graders have been to. This is Lake Casitas, and it's close to where we are. We're a little bit down here. If I extended the map, we're kind of down here in Oxnard. But Lake Casitas, as you can see, is a lake that is surrounded by land on all sides. And Lake Casitas is kind of cool because look at right in the middle of it, you got an island right there. Speaking of islands in a lake, Crater Lake. This is one of the more famous lakes, a very amazing, beautiful, fun place to go to in Oregon, and it's inside of a volcanic crater. So this used to be a volcano, and it filled with water, and it turned into a lake, and it even has its own island inside the lake. So it's pretty cool. All right, and this is one of the reasons why people love lakes, because they're just beautiful bodies of water to look at. So again, body of water surrounded by land on all sides. So let's take a quick look at islands, because Mr. Koga is actually from an island. I'm from the island of Maui. I'm actually from right here, if you've ever been to Maui. This is Wailuku, and this is kind of like the main little town on Maui where all the little like city hall and like the, I don't know, like the main like stuff like the airport and all this stuff is right over there. So grew up on Maui. As you can see, it's an island. And an island is almost the opposite of a lake, because a lake is surrounded by land, but an island is surrounded by water. So it's a landform that is surrounded by water on all sides. Here's another example, a little Polynesian connection. This is in Tahiti, and this is similar to the island in Moana and Moana 2. It's like the island of Motunui, that's where Moana's from, and the island Motufetu, which is the one they were trying to find. And then closing it off with a little California connection. This is the island of Anacapa. It is in the Channel Islands, right off the coast of Oxnard, Santa Barbara, Ventura. It's very, very close to us. And we're going to be studying this later in the school year. All right, let's jump into our craftivity. So I got my 2 blues, I got my 1 green. And this one is a tricky one, so please, please pay attention. All right, so what you're going to first do is make your island on your green paper. So I'm just going to draw just a random shape. Nothing too complicated because you're going to have to cut this out. But one little tip, put a straight area on your island, just a little bit. Because I'm going to show you why that's going to help us cut. So when you cut your island, you're going to fold this little, When you cut your island, you're going to fold that little straight part. Just kind of fold it in half. It doesn't have to be perfect at all. But fold it in half. And with the tip of your scissors, just cut a little slit. So now there's like a little slit right there. So I can fit a scissor blade inside, just like that. And now I can start cutting my island. Whoa, perfect. Oh, actually, wait, I just thought of another way. Wait, hold on. You could forget that whole little thing I said, because watch, just go in from the side and just cut into the island until you hit the line. Then you can start cutting sideways, and let me show you what happens at the end. Okay, all right, so if you want to do that full technique, go ahead. If you want to just cut into the island like I just did, it's much faster, much easier, and you'll get the same result. Okay, so cut my island out right here. So now I have my island. I'm going to put glue on the side where the pen is because I want it to look nice and clean. So I'll put glue here. Let me just do it actually right now since I have you with me. Okay, I'm going to put glue all along the edges because I want this to stay down. If you don't put a lot of glue to the point where you can see it, like look at that. I can see the glue on here. You want to be able to see the glue. Flip it over onto your paper and you have a beautiful little island that looks so tropical and nice. But wait, what about our lake? So check this out. So remember that part that we cut into the island? It's all good because we're just going to glue it down. So I'm going to apply lots of glue generously across the whole outside of the frame. You don't want any parts sticking up, so glue it all down. Perfecto. Perfecto. Okay, so now look, even though that's cut open, we're just going to glue it so it doesn't look cut open. All right, carefully place this down and match up the corners. Then make sure you match this part up, just like so. And then you got your lake right there. Okay, so then you're gonna glue these onto here and onto here, nice and neat, make it look complete. All right, there it is, party people. Okay, so again, either fold it and cut in or just go in from the side. Enjoy.